Duelists! Today we're going to be trying something a little different. And that is because Bandai Namco has found yet another way to suck money out of my pocket. So the Gundam TCG has just hit UK and I am hooked! You guys already know I love shiny cardboard. I mean, I have this entire YouTube channel dedicated to the ancient Egyptian kind. But I also love Gundam. So me getting into this game was as inevitable as the outbreak of war in the Universal Century. I joined the starter deck tournament at my new local game store. Shout out Brotherhood Games London, you are awesome. And for this structure deck tournament, we did get a random deck to start off with, and I got this Gundam Wing one, which is definitely one of the Gundam series of all time. And afterwards, I did buy myself this lovely Zeon and Neo Zeon structure deck, because, let's be real here guys, they have done nothing wrong. So, let's just talk a bit about the gameplay, the mechanics, and overall, do I like this, yes or no? The answer is yes, by the way. The main question I assume watchers of this channel will have is how different is it from Yu-Gi-Oh? And the short answer is very, and the long answer is it's a lot more like a traditional, more controlled TCG. We got our resource cards, you got to pay to do stuff, and the cards do come in different colours, of which you're only allowed 2 in a deck. And then, of course, you win the game by destroying your opponent's base, and then destroying all the shield cards, which are going to be random cards taken from the top of the deck. And once they're gone, and your enemy's vulnerable, attack them once more, and then you win. But once your starting base gets destroyed, it's not the end of the world, because you can replace it with several different base cards, which are of course various wartime assets, like a spaceship, a military base, and a school? Oh well, it wouldn't be Gundam without any war crimes, would it? Let's just take a moment to admire the way these cards look, cause, like, this speaks for itself. The artwork and card layout is absolutely gorgeous. I know it's a bit of a moot point to make, like, all the TCGs put good care into their art. It's like when an anime fan is like, oh my goodness, have you seen the anime from 2020 onwards from a big name studio? Oh my god, the animation is so good! Like, yeah, no shit, of course the animation's good. But like, bro! Maybe I'm biased because I've always wanted to play a Gundam card game, but wow, this is just amazing. And if we look at the top here, we have the cost, and also a mechanic I really love called the level. Because in this game, you don't just pay the cost, but you also have to be a certain level, which is like the total amount of resources you've accumulated. Which does mean more powerful cards do get shunted to the late game, and overall the gameplay is a lot balanced, which I do really appreciate. And down here, of course, we've got our special abilities and whatnot, and here we have the attack value and the health value. And most importantly, we have the giant robot. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm just really overjoyed with this. And of course, as every Gundam fan will tell you, the best thing about this series isn't even the giant robots, but the guys piloting them. And thankfully, we got those too. In Gundam TCG, you can pair any pilot with any mobile suit, even if they don't pilot it in the anime. And then, as you can see, my glorious King Shah does have a +1/+1 to the stats, so that will just buff the Sinanju if I pair him up. But there is also a bonus if you pair up a pilot with the mobile suit they actually pilot in the anime. Like, even if you're a non-fan, you will be able to figure out who goes where, because it does say so on the card. Like if I get this Wing Gundam, it will have hero's name in the link category at the bottom. So let's say I do pair up the Wing Gundam with this obnoxious little shitbag. Not only does it get the stats of hero, but it also gets some special link abilities. You see here, it says during link, an extra +1/+1. So this Wing Gundam will be very tanky. And also, usually units can't attack when you play in the first turn, but a link, they're like, nah, straight away. Pew! Another major way this card game differs from Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that drawing and searching abilities aren't the quintessential win all games start all combos advantage. if we take a look at this snazzy promo card I got for joining the tournament, it's just got a simple draw one, discard one. And then if we take a look at the Hamas base I showed earlier, let me just find it real quick. There it is. It's just got a draw two, pick one, and send one to the bottom of the deck. So one of those cards you're never going to see again. Like, it's not anything too card advantage-y. It's just a neat little toolbox. And it's just one of many ways to play, like, which I do appreciate. There's no, like, one way to optimize your game style. You can choose to draw, you can choose to deal direct damage, you can choose to play more defensive, and either one is valid, which I do really love. It's also worth mentioning that different colors have different play styles. Like, the blues and the whites seem to be more, like, defensive or, like, gimmicky. Like, we got a guy who can block attacks, we got, like, draw power, that kind of stuff. While green and red does tend to be more aggressive. Like, the Wing Gundam does have an ability where if it kills a unit, it can damage your base. And the Sinanju does have basically the reverse. So yeah, if you like multiple strategies, this is the game for you. Obviously, the strategies and priorities of the game could change over time with power creep and progression and yada yada yada. But right here at its genesis, this is what it's like, and I've got to say it is a lot of fun. Also, like I mentioned earlier, another way it does differ from Yu-Gi-Oh! Is you don't have to destroy all your opponent's units before you can start chipping away at their shields. You have a choice of either attacking their base and shields, or attacking one of their units if it's rested. So there's that element of strategy too. Do you stop their army, or do you go straight for the kill and hope you can crush them before they get more bots out on the field? So overall, while Yu-Gi-Oh! Will always be my #1 card game and the undisputed king of games, pun intended, this right here is a 10 out of 10 that I will continue to support unless the developers pull something stupid. Am I biased? Duh, I love Gundam. Do I care? No. This is awesome and I highly recommend that you guys start playing now. To end off this video, let's just go over the question, what Yu-Gi-Oh! Decks would Gundam characters play? Let's use my top 5. My 5th favourite character, Shiro Amada from the 08 MS team, would probably play Dragon Link because it would let him use balls. As for my number 4 character, Rambaral, I'm not exactly sure what deck he would play, but he would definitely be into Time Wizard formats like Edison and Goat. Like we saw in Build Fighters, that he's like a chill old guy, he's got that nostalgia for his time. I feel like he'd be less of like a modern competitive player, and more of just like a grab a structure deck and just have fun with the homies kind of guy. My 3rd favourite character, Amuro Ray himself, the pilot of the original Gundam. As a big fan of machinery and a natural engineering talent, I feel Amuro would probably go for a Ryziel deck. I mean, they are all based off engines after all, and the way the Ryziels kind of like revolutionized the meta is very similar to how the original Gundam revolutionized the 1 Year War with its appearance. My number 2 character, Orga Ituka from Iron-Blooded Orphans. Orga would probably go for a Machina deck. The aesthetic of it is pretty similar to the IBO mechs, plus its whole focus of like getting out a bunch of dudes and then combining them to make like a giant fortress does seem very on brand for Tekkadan's Bonds of Brotherhood. Sorry about that, I just had to move upstairs because my parents were making too much noise. But anyway, my number 1 Gundam character is of course Shah Aznavour himself. And of course, Shah would play Sky Strikers, because the thought of commanding young girls to get in various mech suits would very much appeal to that fucker.